Welcome to UTunnel's MeshConnect configuration tutorial. In this video, we'll guide you through the steps to create and configure a site on a MeshConnect network. Log in to your UTunnel organization account. Click on the Create button straight from the Get Started page if you have just set up a fresh UTunnel account. Otherwise, navigate to the MeshConnect tab and click on the Create Network button. You will be asked to provide your billing address if you haven't already added it to your account. You can also skip this step and add the details later. You'll now land on the Create Network screen where you need to provide a few details to create your MeshConnect network. You can enter an easily identifiable name for your network. Choose your preferred subscription plan, standard or basic, based on your requirements. You can view the pricing plans by clicking on the Compare Plans link here. Select the number of sites you need to be part of the MeshConnect network. Sites could be corporate networks, remote offices, VPCs, IoT devices, or standalone hosts you want to interconnect and set up remote access. Choose the number of user licenses based on how many users would require zero trust-based remote access to the resources on the network. Apply a discount code if available. Click on Proceed. Review your network's configuration on the order summary page and click the Proceed button to continue. You will now be asked to enter your payment details if it's your first subscription. Once the MeshConnect network subscription is created, you'll be redirected to the network listing page. Now, click on the network name to proceed with site creation. Click on the Add Site button and key in an easily identifiable name and location for your site into the respective fields. Click on the Create Site button to initiate the site creation process. Now, you need to install and register the MeshConnect agent on the site. For that, you need to run a few commands on the instance where you want to configure the agent. You can find these steps in the guide here. Connect to the instance where the MeshConnect agent is to be deployed. Copy this command from the guide, paste it, and run it to install the MeshConnect agent on the machine. Now the agent has been initialized. You can now register the MeshConnect agent. Copy and paste this command from the guide first. Now, copy and paste the agent registration token from the UTunnel console and run the command. You will be prompted to answer two questions. Answer the first question with a yes, if the agent is installed on a host without a public IP address and is placed behind a NAT gateway. In this case, you will need to add a port forwarding rule to UDP port 51820 of the agent installed host on your NAT gateway. You can answer this question with a no if you are registering the agent on a cloud VPS with a public IP address. As for the second question, answer it with a yes if you want to configure a MeshConnect agent as a router. This will let the agent efficiently forward traffic from remote user devices or site-link endpoints to the local network or VPC resources and vice versa. You can answer this with a no if the agent is being installed on a standalone host. The agent registration is complete. Now you can go ahead and start the MeshConnect agent. For that, copy and paste this command from the guide and press Enter. Now, the MeshConnect agent has been successfully deployed and registered. Once the agent spins up, IP addresses configured on the agent installed instance and the networks to which the agent instance belongs will be automatically discovered and will be listed as resources here. You can also manually add resources to the site. A resource could be a host or service which is part of the agent installed network. Such resources are added to enable secure remote access to those specific resources, or so that they can be shared between multiple sites using site links. To add a resource, click on the Add button. Enter an easily identifiable name for the resource. Select the type of resource address, whether it's an IP address or a network address. Enter the resource address, If the added resource is a service, you could specify the protocol used, either TCP, UDP or ICMP, and the port. And lastly, you can choose to enable SNAT for this resource if needed. With this enabled, you can choose an IP address from the available list to configure the SNAT. If SNAT is enabled, the outbound traffic to this resource from the agent instance will be masqueraded with the selected IP address. Click on Submit. Similarly, add any other resources on the site and click on Save Changes. So, now the site has been configured. If you have more than one site, you can follow the same steps to create and configure the sites. You will now see all the sites configured in this MeshConnect network. Now, if you want to create site-to-site WireGuard tunnels between these sites and form a mesh network, you can explore our site link configuration tutorial video. But if you only need to set up controlled remote access to resources on your sites, you can proceed to the MeshConnect user access configuration tutorial video. Thank you for watching. We hope this tutorial has been helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us at support@utunnel.io.